When it comes to ARK, rat holes aren't essential, so we proudly present top 3 overpowered rat holes with full base designs on ARK. My servers Deluxe wipe on September 30th. Deluxe servers is just like OC, but with better server handling and an official grind. Deluxe offers 3x harvest, lag-free servers, an in-game shop, no pay to win, 5x breeding, new player protection, 3x experience, and more. And come join Deluxe today and get up to 1 week of new player protection. And coming at number 3, this can be found at 40.6 latitude and 73.6 longitude on Crystal Isles. And here it is on the map. Now under this little floating island, you will find a pretty decent rat hole. Now it's kind of difficult to figure out where it is if you've never been on Crystal Isles, but simply come over to these little roots kind of sticking out of the water, and you should be able to find it pretty quickly. Simply just climb these roots until you can find the rat hole up here in the left corner. Now once you're up here, go ahead and enter into the rat hole. The rat hole expands into this massive room, and there's no cave damage or anything, so this honestly makes for an amazing spot. It goes all the way to that back little corner and even has a nice little area to hide over here in this left corner. As you can see, there's a little crouch area. You can go down here into the back, and there's a nice little log out area, I guess we could make it for the base, and then put the main base in the main area right here. Now here is the full base design. This time we decided to add a ton of stuff on this. So it starts out with a force field, and then you have 4 heavies to protect the entrance with some bear traps and these pipes. And behind this are some heavies and some double doors to make sure that no dinos get inside of the base. After that, you're greeted with a ton of ground heavies, and with these ground heavies comes a pretty big L-shaped turret wall. Now we decided to do a different style turret wall for this base, as for the last 2 designs we made a little kind of like triangle shaped one. But anyways, this has a vault secure area, and you can place a vault there whenever you log out, and it'll completely secure this entire wall, which is really nice. Now coming up here, we made a little tiny sniper lookout, just in case there's people who are raiding you and you want to do some base defense. Now this also allows for you to be able to fill most of the turrets, so you can fill this top layer and even the bottom layers too, without really having to worry about falling down and getting stuck and all that. But anyways, coming back in here, we're going through a few more layers into the main base. Once you enter, you're greeted with an entire vault wall right here. You can add more vaults if you like, but I feel like that's a decent amount. And you have a tech transmitter, some chem benches, and a grinder. Over here in the corner you have a vault, replicator, 4 indie forges, 10 fabricators, and 4 smithies. I feel like this is a perfect size crafting station for a smaller kind of tribe. Now back here in the corner is our first logout room. You can turn this into really whatever you want to make it. I put some crowd refrigerators in here, vaults, and some beds. And anyways, over here we have our second logout area, but before we go over there, let's go over to the top layer. On this top layer, as you can see, you can go up here with a ladder, and this is your hatching area. It's your hatching and your storing area for the most part. You have some egg incubators and some refrigerators up here. You even have a heavy to make sure, just in case any enemy players can manage to get up there. Now over here is our second logout area. This is also where our tech generator is. And back here is our second logout area. This has everything else in it, just like the other logout area. It makes for a perfect little spot. And coming at number 2, this can be found at 62.1 latitude and 47.4 longitude on Extinction. And then here it is on the map for you guys. Now this spot is pretty well known on ARK, and a lot of people have built here. But if you guys do not know this spot, it is the Southgate entrance spot. Now, you come inside here in this little tiny entrance that you cannot fit anything into, and you're greeted with this massive room. Now for the most part, this room really can't be meshed, other than the part on the bottom. But it makes for a really nice area, as there is a ton of room for really anything that you want to fit in here. So we're going to do a different design as we've done in the past, because we have done some designs but they've all been about the same, so we're going to try something completely different for this spot. Now here is the full base design. We decided to put only about 4 heavies right here. If you guys want to expand on the exterior, feel free to. But anyways, coming through here, we have a double door kind of layout to make sure that nobody can walk any thing through here. And then we have an entirely different styled turret wall. This turret wall goes all the way to the bottom rather than being a somewhat smaller type, and this completely fills the 100 turret limit. And then down here we have the death pit of spikes, as I like to call it, and we have some bear traps down there just to kind of make sure no one can soak turrets from down there. Now over here, you can crouch to go under here, but here's the main entrance to the base. It's pretty layered. You have a vault right there, just for anything you might need. You have a few heavies in here, just in case somebody does get inside. You have some ammo boxes, and an entire vault wall right here. The transmitter, you have some grinders, and then over here, you have another layer of vaults. Now back here in the corner is your generator. Now I know a lot of you guys might get mad at the placement of this generator, but I put it in the corner so that it can power every single thing in the base. Now over here we have our main crafting area with some replicators, smithies, cookers, a grill, some fabricators, an indie forge, and some chem benches, preserving bins, refrigerators, and some deady storages. This whole area has just about everything that you would need in a base. You have another heavy in the corner over there just to make sure that most of the areas are covered just in case somebody gets inside. Now coming down here, here's our little kind of hatchery slash dino storage area. You have some incubators, some refrigerators, some air conditioners, a spike poking through, which is nice. And then over here, you have some feeding troughs, a bed, and some cryo refrigerators. I didn't really know where else to really fit those, so I put them right here for now. Anyways, over here, you have a ton of dino storage. You can build personal rooms, do whatever you really want with this location. Now coming at number 1, this can be found at 46.5 latitude and 57.7 longitude on Genesis Part 2. Now over here, here's the spot. From the exterior, you see literally nothing. But if you come over here and you have a cryo with a Pelagornis in it, this is how you get into the rat hole. Now it's took me a few tries to get in here, but once you find the right spot, you can throw it right in there and then it will pop out, just like that. Now, this is not the easiest spot to get in and out of, and is banned on many servers, so if this spot is banned on your server, do not build in here. But if you're on a server where it's not banned, this spot is literally unraidable. Nobody will ever be able to get into this spot unless they mesh. Now, to get on the Pelagornis, it was a little tricky for me to do, but just keep having him go back and forth until he gets stuck at about right here, and then sit there and wait for his head to poke through, and then make sure that you're not on the wall. You're going to have to be about a foot away so then you're able to ride him. Now this took me a few tries to even get him. I was trying to figure out how to make him land until I backed up and found out that you can ride him right here. So once you're in, you basically hop off of him. You can cryo him or leave him there. I like to just leave him there so it's easy to get in and out of the rat hole. And now over here, to get into this next part, you really can't use a Pelagornis. You have to use beds. Now again, this is most likely going to be banned on most servers, but if you're on a server where it's not banned, this spot is literally insane. The only possible way in is through that little area. Now the only way that I could see somebody maybe getting in is with a shadow main, or they glitch themselves in through that little crack somehow. Now over here, this is the full base area. You have a ton of room to build whatever you want. So we're going to be doing multiple different layers. We're going to build this entire layout completely different than we did in the past. If you want to go check out that past one, go look through my channel and look for the Genesis 2 videos, and you'll be able to see some of the spots. But anyways, here is the full base design. After coming through the crouch entrance, you're greeted with this insane turret wall. Now this thing has every single thing on it. It's the 100 turret limit, so it has all the turrets on it. And we decided to also do a little bit of a vault layer just in case somebody does manage to get in. Now, if that doesn't stop players, you come inside and you have internals basically on every corner. So you have your air conditioners, a cryo fridge, your egging incubators, refrigerators, and feeding troughs. This is a nice little hatching area, which you can bring the dinos up here to fully raise. This is a basically raising and a dino storage area up here. You have tons of room for really everything that you're going to need to breed. And now coming over here, we're greeted into the main part of the base. Now this main part has a transmitter, a refrigerator, 2 cookers, a grill, some vaults right there, a ton of internal heavies, a tech teleporter, vault in the corner over there, 2 indie grinders, some replicators, some smithies, indie forges, and a ton of fabricators. You can never go wrong with a ton of fabricators, especially when you're making ARB. And now coming down here is your entire personal area on the 3rd layer. These consist of 2x2s, and you have some cryo refrigerators down here, some deady storages, and some vaults. Now this spot can hold up to 12 players with a 2x2. If you turn these into 2x1s, then these can hold 24 players. So if you are a huge tribe, you definitely want to build something just like this. Over here in the corner you have your tech genning, which I feel like is a perfect placement. It's super hidden and super out of the way, so I feel like most people aren't going to find it, but this is the full base design. But anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.